Water and sanitation. Access to clean water and sanitation services is a basic human need. Water and sanitation projects can greatly improve a community's health and quality of life. Environmentally sound practices are crucial in water and sanitation projects. If these practices are not used, what problems can result?
Changes in the ecosystems and habitat, like the loss of vegetation or wetlands, diminish the community's water supply, so a water source, like a well, may not be able to provide water year-round. Also, contaminated water can lead to greater illness and water-related infectious disease.
I think the prominent problem, it will be the use of wastewater.
What do these impacts look like in a real project? In a West African orphanage that serves over 100 children, a latrine project was implemented. However, because environmentally sound practices were not used in project design, the latrines were poorly placed.
Due to the lack of good drainage structures, the latrines flooded and increased the risk of water-related infection. As a result, the children were exposed to more health risks with the latrines than without them.
Correcting these problems was time-consuming and costly for the orphanage, much more costly than it would have been to properly locate the latrines with a drainage system at the beginning.
To avoid this outcome, what best practices should a water and sanitation project use? In designing a strategy, it is critical to integrate water supply, sanitation, and hygiene campaigns. This helps prevent disease transmission and improves public health, which is the ultimate goal of water supply and sanitation projects.
Community involvement in design, maintenance, and cost sharing is necessary to develop a project that is appropriate to scale and capacity. Technical planning and water testing should also be included in the design phase.
After a project is completed, communities and project managers should test the water periodically to determine whether water sources have become contaminated so that corrective measures can be taken.
This example shows that a small investment in environmental mitigation measures at the beginning of a project can reduce the risk of project failure and the need for costly and time-consuming corrective measures. Road infrastructure.
As with water and sanitation projects, environmentally sound practices are vital in road construction and rehabilitation.
Good roads are important to the well-being of communities because they provide easier access to markets, products, and health services, especially for people living in rural areas.
However, there is also a risk of failure in road projects. What are some possible adverse impacts of a road project?
One concern is soil and road surface erosion, which increases maintenance costs and clogs drainage structures, causing flooding and road washout in some cases. The road can become impassable and isolate communities.
Another adverse impact is deforestation and the loss of native animal and plant species.
Road projects also affect communities because of increased interchange. They can cause rapid social and economic changes that alter community values and norms.
One project in the Caribbean shows the importance of taking environmental considerations into account in road projects. During the design phase of the project, planners did not consider the potential for unstable soils in road placement and did not install erosion control measures or a drainage system. The result? A 40-meter section of road collapsed within the first year of service.
What environmentally sound practices should have been included in project design to prevent this washout? Project planners should carefully consider road placement with community participation to minimize both environmental and social impacts. Plus, future transport demand should be considered to avoid overburden of the road. Road crews should construct drainage and soil erosion control measures. The project should also develop a strategy for community participation in long-term road maintenance.
Including environmentally sound practices in the design, implementation, and monitoring of road projects increases the probability of successful, sustainable results.
Before we had the road, our cassava gardens here hadn't any price because we don't normally get people to come and buy for us, and the agricultural products hadn't any price. But with the habilitation of this road now, we can take our goods or our cassava product to the market and we determine the cost of our cassava.